Hello and welcome to 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk, episode 70. I'm your host, comedian Tracy Carnazzo, joined by my co-host, Noelle Winters-Herzog.
Hello, Tracy Carnazzo.
Hi, Noelle. Thank you so much for being here. This is a very crazy week. And before we get into the podcast, I just want to address what is going on in this world. A lot of people say that we shouldn't talk about politics, and this is not really the forum for anything like that. And unfortunately, what's going on is really not a political matter. It's more of a human matter. Mm-hmm. And we're having a ton of problems. We're here in New York City. In the center of a lot of things right now. Obviously, we're in the middle of a COVID pandemic, and New York City is the hub for that as well. And we're also dealing with some very, very unfortunate events where there's police brutality, and there are a lot of things that are happening in the Black community that they're not being treated equally at all. Mm-hmm. It's very upsetting, and we just want to let our listeners know that we have been educating ourselves. We've been trying to have the hard conversations with our friends, with our family members, and with our fans.
Absolutely, because I think that I was very uneducated at times, and I've learned so much that I want to help other people learn more.
Absolutely. So we're trying to have these discussions, and we just want everyone to know that we do support the Black Lives Matter movement, and we hope that everyone is staying safe. And come over to our group, and we have some great discussions going on, and that's really about it.
Nice housekeeping.
Thank you for the housekeeping compliment. I appreciate that. We're here to talk about Before the 90 Days, season 4, episode 15.
And then this is it. After this is the tell-all.
I'm thankful. I must tell you.
Listen, I really enjoyed the season, but I'm ready for it to be over now.
Right. Also, I think that they really exhaust us with these long episodes. And I know that you guys are just watching them all willy-nilly on your couch, so you're enjoying the length of them. Yep. But we're over here writing books and books on analyzing each episode. So it is a lot.
I mean, come on. The amount of notes we have just on Jeffrey and Varia this week.
Seriously. Well, so we have coming up, we have 90 Day Fiance, The Other Way, season 2. And we also have 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After. So we're going to have a ton of stuff to cover. And guys, if you want more of us, make sure you go to Patreon, patreon.com/Trash Talk Podcast, because we did cover every single episode of 90 Day Fiance Self-Quarantined.
That was fun. I really liked that.
That was awesome. Mm-hmm. All right, let's jump right into Geoff and Varia.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, so remember last week, they're at the bar, and Mary shows up at the bar.
I'm shocked that Mary showed up, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they share friends, so why are you shocked at all?
Also, you could tell she's a little bit of a stage 5. She was going to come.
She was a stage 5 before this even started.
She was a stage 5 in episode 1.
Episode 1, she's like, Jeffrey, why not me? Why do you have to go there? Why not me? Why not me? You don't like me? I'm not pretty enough for you? Jeffrey, hello.
Yeah, exactly. She's me in my teens.
She definitely foreshadowed with her behavior in the first episode.
Yes, for sure.
So now that makes me wonder, is this a storyline?
I know. You're so skeptical of these, of all of them.
I'm very skeptical. So now Jeffrey hugs Mary and pulls her aside. And now they're having like a discussion, and Mary starts crying, and Jeffrey says, I don't want to lose our friendship. Let's go hang out.
Suddenly, he friend zoned her as fast as he asked her to be a life mate.
Yesterday,
like,
they were
hell?
building a future together. And now today he's decided that he wants to build a future with Varia. So he's like, you know what? I don't want to mess anything up. I know that I totally disrespected you, hurt your feelings, embarrassed you, and did all these terrible things. But you know what? Let's let that go.
And I for real mean this. He's so many guys that I've dated. I've had many guys be like that to me.
Yeah,
yep.
He's let's not. Hey, Mary, why don't you stop being crazy and let's just have a good time?
Yeah, right. Because you're the hysterical one.
Right. Stop being a crazy woman. You're such a hysterical woman. You and your lady brain. So now Varia is going to talk to her privately. And I feel like Mary is speed dating with everyone at this bar.
Seriously. And the thing is, Varia tries to be nice to her, too.
Sort of. But at the same time, it's
nicer than she was before.
Okay. But also remember, now Varia could be nicer because she's claimed her man.
Well, yeah, that's true too. And I think she's just trying to almost give her a passive aggressive warning.
Yes. So now Varya basically tells her to stay away. And then she calls Mary arrogant and walks away. And Jeffrey, she walks back to Jeffrey and Jeffrey's like, oh no, what happened?
Oh, you guys aren't getting along?
How could it? Why?
No, wait, are you guys arguing about me?
No.
Little me?
So now, no, it's not about me, right? Because I didn't create all of this mess and then wonder what happened. So now Varya wakes up with Jeffrey the next morning and she says that she can't feel her toys.
Yeah, I know. And then he's like, I think you mean toes. Also, he slept in a long sleeve shirt. Like, this is how I know he's a psychopath.
No matter what temperature it is,
sleeps in a long sleeve shirt.
I mean, did he think that he was still camping?
But that's what I mean. Or do you just not have heat in your house? Like, what's happening?
I don't know. Well, he was disappointed at what happened at the bar. He was so disappointed. He's like, listen, I cheated on you with you. I lied to you. And now all of a sudden, like, you guys aren't getting along. What is the problem?
I think
so
he's
disappointed
they didn't fist fight. They didn't mud fight.
I know. They didn't hot jello wrestle. They didn't wrestle to the death for Jeffrey's love.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God. So he knows it looks bad.
Yeah, I mean, it does look bad. And also, like, I love his dogs, and I wonder if they've tried to eat Varya or not. Like, they're just so big. Or Mary.
Mary's probably like,
giant.
You're right. I do need to get away. So she wants him to stay away from Mary.
Right.
Because she, quote, doesn't want pretty girls around her man. And now I am so twisted in my head, and I know you are too, that if I would have heard someone say that about me, I would have been like, she thinks I'm pretty?
Right. Like, oh, I could be her friend. She thinks I'm pretty.
Oh,
that's
she's
not that bad. Yeah, she's
that's
not
fine.
bad.
You're right.
Yeah.
I shouldn't go near your man because I'm too pretty.
Right. I'm too pretty to be. That's like the best way to like lay me down gently. Not lay me down. Let me down gently.
You could also probably do that if you tell her she's pretty.
Too. Right.
So he's going to go show her around his area, right? So they go and they're waving at a freight train.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, come on. This is scripted. This is the part. These are the forced parts.
Okay, they scripted it, but they didn't prepare because now they're drinking champagne out of a white wine glass.
Oh, I know. I'm sure the wrong glasses bother you.
I know. I'm like, you couldn't get a plastic flute?
I know. But they're celebrating her being there.
Okay, cool. So he said that he had moved on from her.
Give me a break.
Okay, so here's my problem with this scene. All right. Jeffrey has no product in his hair.
Right.
But I don't know if you remember a few episodes ago, he had all of the product in his hair.
Yes,
do you think he used the entire jar on that
scene? He ran out.
And he ran out and he was like, oh, well, it's all or nothing.
Yep, because he has the nunniest of products right now in his hair. And I was looking at it too, and I'm like, oh, this is not good.
So she said that she wished she would have said yes. So now he takes her to a man-made pond, right? He takes her to a puddle, and she goes, whoa.
Meanwhile, I just feel like, isn't this exactly what she has like in Russia and Siberia? Like, nothing is new here.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, no one has a pond?
Right.
It's a man-made pond.
She's wearing white Doc Martens too, by the way. I'm just throwing this out there.
This is kind of who she is as a person. So now she's going to meet his sons, and his one son has a tie-dye scarf on.
I mean, listen,
I feel like
I dug it.
I liked it too, but I didn't like the leather jacket that he paired it with made it very aggressive.
Okay, so that leather jacket, my father-in-law just gave us, because I'll probably be the one to wear it, his leather jacket, and it's like so 80s, and that's exactly what I thought of when I saw it.
Okay, I'm going to tell you, it's very school shooter.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's like David's trench coat too. Exactly.
Yeah, it's very, yes. So
but
now
here's the thing. Why does his son sound like he's swallowing his tongue when he's talking?
I don't know.
Literally.
He can't believe that he's there with these people. So now they go to the sun sphere, and Jeffrey asks her what they think about her twice in front of her. So he was like, are you trying to embarrass me? And he's like, well, what do you think of her? Well played by his son. Because he's like, okay, cool. You want to know what I think about her? What happened about Mary?
Right.
So he's like, you want to ask me in front of Varya and embarrass me? I'm going to ask you in front of Varya, what happened to Mary that was sleeping in bed with you 5 minutes before that I've had to live with? I had to live with this woman, Mary. And now I have to live with Varya with no break.
Well, but also, though, I don't think they want the break. I think it's like, hey, bang my dad so I don't have to talk to him.
Right. But also don't embarrass me because I'll embarrass you.
That's true.
So now he says that they should still be friends one day, him and Mary.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what Mary wants.
So now he takes her on a Groupon dinner cruise on the river.
Oh, they are all over Groupon. All over Groupon.
There is nothing more on Groupon than a dinner river cruise.
And there's nothing more that Tracy doesn't want to do.
There is nothing more. I don't want dinner on a boat that was not properly prepared. I don't want salmon piccata on a riverboat.
Ew.
I think that's what she was eating.
Ew. Gross.
I don't want it. All it is, it's like a bad catering hall on the water.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And it's like, then it's people drunk and it's just not what I need.
People are seasick. Get away from me. I don't like this boat. So she said that he's taking things too slow. Varya, what happened?
Well, I know. Here's the thing. Like in Russia, he was going so fast and she didn't know what to do with herself. And now it's kind of like, well, why isn't he obsessed with me anymore?
So he says, I love you. He is so shiny through this thing that I can't even believe how shiny he is.
I know. He needs like one of those blotters.
You know what he looked like? He looked like, you ever see those Dawn commercials where the ducks are covered in oil because of the gasoline spills?
I just watched that commercial. Yes.
Okay, well, guess what? That's what it looks like. Jeffrey, it looks like he was in an oil spill.
Maybe he needs a Dawn face mask.
He does. They should make a commercial of someone washing him with a sponge full of Dawn. He said that she's pushing him and he's uncomfortable.
Oh, now he's uncomfortable.
Sure. So now they rekindle their love. They go to the wishing well and they write a wish. And
there was just a lot of steps to these wishes.
Right. And then he said, without a proposal, she can't see this relationship continue.
So, but that's what he said before.
Yes. So now he proposes.
Right.
So now they're leaving. And now this is something that I never realized before. So while they are in the K1 visa process, she can't come here.
I did not know that. I was like, oh, that sucks. What if it takes a year? They can't see each other.
Right. But no, he can go there.
Oh, he can go there. Okay, she just can't
because
come
that
here.
Sure. So that explains why a lot of these couples, like when someone's overseas, because sometimes I'm like, why didn't they just come here and visit them?
Yeah, but that's what we've always spoken about, right?
Yep. And there you go.
That makes so much more sense.
Speaking of love and couples, let's talk about Lisa and Usman.
Okay.
Okay, so now it's the day before the wedding and she was done.
But why is she always storming out of somewhere?
She's done.
She's always done.
I'm done.
She's always done.
I'm done.
Dun, dun, dun,
so
dun.
he's talking to his brothers and he goes after her. And he gets her in the hotel room and she's like, hello, what do you want? I'm done. And he goes, I know. But I know why I'm marrying you. And it's not. Oh, and then she says to him, I know why I'm marrying you. And it's not because you're a celebrity here in your country.
And then I LOL'd.
And then we all laughed and laughed and laughed. Because I hope that's not why you're marrying him, because that's not real.
Yeah, of course it's not real. He's got like one YouTube video.
And he says, I know why I'm not marrying you and it's not for a green card. And then they both wink.
Right. Wink, wink.
He says he's never denied her. He's like, well, I guess I have to marry you because I've never denied you. What a romantic situation.
So what does that even mean?
I don't know. Well, he hopes that she will change. I think that's a great hope. Now it's the wedding morning, and he says, there's a quote, I still want to marry Lisa because I really, really want to be a superstar in the United States.
Yeah, that's exactly what he says.
He says, I still want to marry Lisa because I love her so very much. And then if right off scene, you could see her have a tiny little gun to his head. So he puts on his king outfit, and they see each other. And now she gets dressed in her dress.
Okay.
And I was like, why is this dress so familiar?
Okay. Tell me.
And I'm like, it looks just like my communion dress.
That is my communion dress now that I think about it.
I mean, mine was a little shorter. It was a T-length.
I'm shocked.
But, wow.
I like that his tailor made her a Cinderella gown. That's what she says. And have you seen Cinderella? I'm sure you have.
I have.
She looks like Gus Gus. She looks much more like Gus Gus in that dress.
Oh, wow. I got to tell you, though, it's not as bad as it could have been.
No, I think it just didn't fit her really properly. But the dress itself wasn't bad. It actually was a little too loose on her, I think.
Right. Well, because she decided that she was not going to wear a bra, no strapless bra. There was going to be nothing, and they were just going to hang.
She was free balling.
She was free balling,
free
big
nippling.
Time. And Usman was like, "Hey, baby girl Visa, can you do me one favor?" He's like, "Can you, I don't know, do something about this area?" And she's like, "No, honey. I'm just gonna," he's like, "I have super glue. Can we use super glue?"
No. I want to light
like,
the way with my nipples.
Oh, because that's the problem. She's like, "No, I actually like it when they're around my belly button area."
But here's the thing. Imagine, really, really imagine wearing a green claw clip to your wedding in your hair.
Okay, to be honest with you, I think that's beautiful. She must have gotten it on Etsy, special made.
I have a beige one in my bathroom that I put my hair in after I shower, and I think you gave it to me when I was like working in Pizzeria Uno when I was a teenager.
Yeah, but how else are you gonna get? How else are you gonna get this flock of seagulls-esque hairstyle to stay?
Je ne sais quoi.
So they get married at the wedding register, and there are holes in the walls. There's
wires from Wires of the World.
There's wires from Varya's mom's wire factory back in Russia. There's exposed concrete. Like here in America, sometimes we do exposed brick to be fancy. They did exposed concrete. Yeah, so it was really nice.
They pulled out all the stops.
They did. And now she's like, you know what? Since my dress is so fancy, I kind of want to mix it up. I want a little bit of the past, a little bit of the present, a little bit nice, and a little bit Birkenstock, dirty white Birkenstocks.
Yes, yes. Also, cover your fucking hair.
Oh, no,
what
she
is
can't do
with
it.
Her?
She can't do it. It falls off because she tries to put it on her head and then it just falls off. So, they get married, and he's worried because his brothers do not support him. But you know what? His brothers do support Usman Omar Soulja Boy.
And here's the thing. Like, I know that they like to clip things together where it makes it look like people aren't supportive. But his mother really wasn't clapping when everybody else was.
Well, I'll tell you this. His brother said when they interviewed him, they were like, "What do you think about this wedding?" He goes, "I'll pray for them."
Okay. What is Tracy's famous line? I'll pray for you.
I'll pray for you.
Tracy told the Amazon guy, "I'll pray for you."
He was not being nice to me.
I'll pray for you. I'll pray for your soul. That's Tracy.
But he wasn't being nice. Well, let me tell you. His mother said that they expect 2 kids in 3 years out of her. And that... Also,
yeah, I don't feel good about that. Imagine somebody, like when I married Matt, they were like, "Okay, 2 kids in 3 years."
I mean, that's like more normal, I guess.
If
you were like 55, I'd be like,
right.
I'd be like, LOL.
Right. Dream on.
So now she wears this red dress, and I don't hate the red dress, but it doesn't fit her, and it doesn't even zip up all the way.
Okay, so I wrote on here, I like her red dress. I did like the red dress.
It's not zipped all the way in the back because it's too tight.
Okay, I didn't notice that. All right.
So now the other thing is, in his culture, only the men dance at the wedding, which honestly is like your wedding.
Yeah, where only the men dance with each other. Yes.
Yeah. So there's leopard print everywhere.
I like that.
It's in the table runners. I know, it's just like, I don't get what's happening here.
Well, they were in the Coco Cafe.
I guess so. His mom was so sick that she had to leave the wedding and she couldn't come to the reception.
She was sick with worry about her son.
She was sick with disgust.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then they interview his other roommate, Usman 2 and Giant, and this is what they say. This is like, you remember like when people do wedding videos and they go over to the tables and they're like, do you have a message for the bride and groom that they could watch on their wedding video? So they go over to Usman and Giant and they go, we were thinking she was too old or too fat, but here we are.
They roasted her. That's all anybody's doing is just roasting her.
Well, I'm glad that even though the dresses didn't translate, like she didn't wear the white dress to the thing, so she had a change of dress. She did transition her claw clip into the second part of the wedding, so that was nice.
No, she's good. She's a fashionista, if you will.
Yes. So he sings to her now his song, and there's no backing track. It was just a cappella.
This is why his mother wasn't feeling well. This is exactly why.
And then they show them and he goes, this is us, husband and white woman.
Could you believe it?
I loved it.
I know you did, because I'm like, oh wow, Usman, like that was all the way mean.
Well, let me tell you something else. She's packing now the next day because they're leaving, and she still has her wedding clip in her hair. She can't let go of it.
No, she can't. She thinks she's very fashion forward.
Yeah. Well, she married her best friend, so that's nice. And she's doing the cries.
Her everything.
She's doing the cry where she smells her fingers again.
Ew, gross.
And he said that he's going to miss everything about her. And then she says, hug the pillow and you will think it's me.
I mean, she's not wrong.
Yeah, it's similar. Her muumuu that she's wearing to the airport, I don't hate it.
Neither do I. It's like now you're pulling out the good outfits.
Okay, but here's something that I need to discuss with you. And
Okay.
I don't know if this is going to get my family upset.
I'm ready.
I look at Lisa and I'm like, where do I know her from? She looks familiar. And then I realized I don't know her from anywhere. She just looks like my grandmother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
She looks like one of my grandmothers. I'm just saying.
She's angry.
I'm just saying, you pick which one. So now they're going to be 7,000 miles apart, and she's going to apply for the spousal visa. And let me tell you, Usman is pleased. He's like, goodbye, Lisa. Visa.
Oh, my God. Could you imagine the relief that he feels?
Bye, baby girl visa. Okay, so speaking of just like very successful and very even relationships, let's talk about David and Lana.
Oh, boy, yeah, they seem really successful.
Everything seems fine. So he wants to stop communicating on the site because he pays for every single communication that they have. And, you know, she really feels a romantic connection.
Yeah, no, she seems it. She seems so into it.
She's super into it. So they have some more coffee and he tells her, he's like, you know, I want to leave this site. And, you know, I got to tell you, I saw her shaking a little bit in her athletic sneakers.
This girl, she really loves a good athletic wear.
I know, but
she
it's
really
kind of
does.
like, I don't know how to say this, but like, it's not like, it's like farty almost. Like it's like an old style. It's not like a current style. It's
no,
almost
it's not, because it's more like a Marshall's version.
Yes, exactly.
Uh-huh.
So she's shaking in her sneakers a little, and she says, I also want to leave the site. And she does not mean that at all.
No, she doesn't mean it even a little bit. But she's like, well, what the hell can I do?
Well, he tells her that he's in love with her and he has something for her. Do you know what it is?
Gross.
Okay, it is special
I know what it is.
professional massage oil. Just kidding.
It's actually a phone?
An iPhone. So he gives her the iPhone.
Here's your international phone.
Okay, he gives her an iPhone and then he explains what a phone is. He
No,
goes,
she doesn't know. He talks to her the way Ed spoke to Rose.
yes, he goes, this is a phone. This is a telephone. It is cellular. Okay, so that means that you don't need a wire. You just need to plug it in because that's where the energy will power it from the wall. Okay, so now after you get all of the power, right, all of the energy in the phone, you can make a telephone call. You could do talkie calls with your mouth. If we could also do like a translator. This is also like a computer. A computer is something that you could, you know, type things in. I don't know if you know computer. Yes? No? Does this translate?
No.
So
and he's like, it's half energy, half magic.
And then she says, this is a quote. You ready? If it helps to communicate to us without the websites, I can accept it.
Yeah, meaning I want to die.
I wish I was dead. That's what she said. I wish I was dead.
I want to die. I want to die. I want to go home.
Basically, what she said was, if it helps to communicate to us without the websites, I could accept it, even though it will destroy my whole family and the planet.
Right, and I will have no money, and my nephews will starve.
Right. And then he said that the phone will help us communicate directly at any time. And she's like,
right, because you know him. He's going to be a freak of the week and like hit her up at like 3 a.m. all the time. Mm-hmm.
And it's like,
he wants to control her.
Yes. Okay. So now the private investigator sent a list of sites that Lana was on with all her pictures. And he said it's all lies. And he sends, sick burn. He sends a picture of him and Lana to the private eye.
And he also, I know, add this to my file. Ooh, he is my old landlord. I swear to you.
Yeah.
But he giggles when he does it too. Like, ooh, look what I'm doing back. Grow up.
Look, I'm taking advantage of this woman who's also taking advantage of me.
Right.
So now he has his nice Russian hat on. And
his Elmer Fudd hat.
And Lana's babysitting, and he feels very lonely. And so he calls her, even though she said that she's babysitting, and he leaves her a very creepy message.
Baby, 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 baby.
And he doesn't know. He feels very lonely. He doesn't know if she wants to get married because Lana didn't spend overnights with him.
Right. So she has zero sexual attraction to him. And if he doesn't know this, then he's slow.
Well, tomorrow she's going to meet him at the hotel, and then they're going to go to the airport. So he calls her phone. He leaves her the voicemail, and he says that she's not affectionate. And now he's scrolling through photos of them, reminiscing about the last 2 days. And it's just the same selfie over and over and over again.
Yeah, he's got a lot of the same pictures.
Yes, he's that guy with the selfie stick. So there you go. So now it's 5 a.m. and he's leaving, and she shows up. And he closes his leather coat belt in the door of the car and drives away. And then they hug and kiss, and he
When he is hugging her, the look on her face for real is like she's dead inside.
Her eyes are saying help.
Yeah. She's blinking twice at the camera. Come and help me.
So now he doesn't propose. He walks away. He cries. Then he comes back. He tells her he loves her. He proposes. And she says yes. Now, let me tell you, I cannot wait until she sees how bad this ring really is.
When I tell you I'm covering my face, I couldn't watch him propose. I couldn't watch it. I covered my face.
Well, I don't know. He has to take off his coat because he's just so overwhelmed.
Well, now he has his other half now.
That's good.
Now he knows what he feels like. Shut up, David.
Oh, wow. So let's talk about Ed. He's going to meet his daughter in his yellow car.
He would have a yellow car.
Yep. So he brings her flowers. And I got to tell you, his daughter has great eyebrows.
His daughter's pretty.
Very, very pretty.
She's really pretty. Yeah.
So she's upset that he blocked her out. And they drive all the way to Australia to Ash and Avery's talking place in the water. And he tells her
that's where everyone talks.
Right? He tells her that she's right. And then he blew her off and he says, this is a quote, "You have always been the love of my life."
Okay, well, she wasn't the love of your life when you were sweating in the Philippines.
Right, but also Teddy's like, I'm sorry, excuse me?
I love Teddy. I love him so much.
But
also, what bugs me is I get why he said to Tiffany, he's like, you were right. I was wrong. And it's kind of like, she wasn't right because she said that Rosemary was trying to use you for a green card and use you for your money. And she's not right.
She wasn't right. Instead of saying like, I'm the worst.
Yes.
Right.
He does not own up to it because he has no self-awareness.
Speaking of the worst, let's talk about Erica and Stephanie.
Oh, God. I'm so ready to never talk about them again.
So she has to confess to her mother about Erica because obviously every time you have any kind of interaction with any person, you have to tell your parents every single thing that happened.
Yeah, so, why do you have to tell you guys aren't even together?
So she has her Porsche truck and a fur coat and her hooker skirt, which is the same skirt that she wore in like a different color that didn't fit her.
I saw her get into the Cayenne and I'm like, am I imagining that she has a Porsche right now?
She has a Porsche and a fur coat, but she can't spend money on a skirt that fits properly.
But she can't mold her boobs.
Right. Okay. So now we see her brother. They eat some goulash. Her
Yum,
eyelashes.
I wanted to be in that.
I did too, but her eyelashes are falling off into the goulash. And then she tells her mother, she's like, as her mother and her brother are sitting there, and she's like, I went to go see Erica, and things took a more romantic turn. And her mom is
You're not being
shaking.
truthful.
Yeah, her mom is shaking her head. I know they took the least romantic turn ever.
Right. Like actually, when you got there, that's when you became friends, not lovers.
Right. I got to tell you, you and I are way more romantic to each other than Erica and Stephanie ever have
Hell
been.
yeah. We hold hands more.
Yeah, we've taken more baths together.
Yeah, that's true.
So she said that she thinks that she is her mother said, I think you're confused. And she said, no, I'm bisexual. And her mother said it makes her sad. And her mother wants her to have her Prince Charming in a Czech Republic wedding. And then her mom says,
but just because you're bisexual doesn't mean you can't have that.
Okay, but also you might even marry a man.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you might marry a man. Just because you're bisexual doesn't mean you're automatically going to marry a woman.
Right, but also you might marry a woman in a nice wedding. I don't know.
Right.
Also, no one's marrying this girl. She's crazy.
I know. I just think that her mom is just super old school and super traditional and just doesn't really understand.
Right. So now this is, her mother says, this is something I have to deal with. But she says, I accept it, but it's like, it's not what I want.
At first she was harsh, but then she actually really warmed up about it.
Right. She's like, I don't know, whatever makes you happy. Sure. Whatever.
Yeah.
So now her brother's just sitting there wishing that he was not there. He's trying to grow his mustache with the most.
He wishes he was with Lana in Russia.
Yeah. He's sitting there just like trying to really concentrate on growing his mustache hair. Now, speaking of mustaches, let's talk about Yolanda and Williams.
I cannot believe this is still a story.
Okay, so she's still talking to him, but this is the problem. I don't mind that she's still talking to him because I would still be talking to him to figure out who he was.
I would talk to him forever.
But she's not talking to him to figure out who he is. She's talking to him because she thinks that she knows who he is.
Exactly.
Right. So now her daughter hired a private investigator, and she tells the private investigator, we're getting to know each other very well. No.
Oh yeah. Also, she has mental illness because she's wearing a beanie in Nevada. That's why.
Well,
that's
she
how
was
I know.
wearing a winter hat and hoops in her bedroom. So that's what she was wearing. So now, the other thing that I want to say, and this is very not nice of me, but here we are.
Okay.
I feel like older people should not be private investigators.
Okay, tell me why.
Because I feel like unless you're really, really understanding the technology of today, meaning the social media technology, like you shouldn't be. He's like, yeah, we use databases. It's like, why don't you just say like, we look in the white pages?
Yeah, really. It's like, no, I can understand that. You're looking in the white pages for him. You're looking in the classifieds.
Why aren't you trying to track his IP address?
Right.
What are you doing? So now, why aren't you using that thing where like you text someone and then when they text you back, it shows their location?
Right. Why aren't you doing a reverse Google search? Call Neve and Max.
Oh, God, he really needs to. So now, this is something that I did not know. So his Instagram profile, when they say it got hacked, it went from being Williams to the Nigerian Educational Center.
Right. Well, yeah, I knew that.
Oh, I didn't realize that. So
yeah.
Then she talks about the threatening emails, and she tells the private investigator, no, I would never question him about the email.
Right, like, I couldn't possibly ask him. And so basically he's going to dig deeper. And it's like, are you for real? This is still going?
I can't believe it. Well, I do want to know who it is, though.
Oh, I want to know who it is, but I want her to stop being so naive. Okay, that's what bugs me.
Also, why didn't anyone tell this guy that when she spoke to him on the phone, he has a Nigerian accent?
No, it's a Manchester accent.
Oh, okay. Manchester, Nigeria. Great. Speaking of hot messes, let's talk about Darcy and Stacey.
Okay, side note, at the tell-all.
Yes.
Darcy's wearing a straight-up wig, right?
Oh, I didn't see it yet.
Okay, no, I saw the preview.
Oh, I didn't
It was just
look.
a preview.
I close my eyes. I don't like to know. Okay, well, she zhuzhes up a little bit, right? They zhuzh up. And I will never forget, our friend Roger said that her and Darcy trying I think it was in the quarantine video, when they were trying to do each other's hair and nails, it was like the end scene of Death Becomes Her. How they're like really
So
trying to
true.
repair each other. And that's
Yep.
what I feel like is going on all the time. So she sprays her setting spray like it's Angel in the airport.
Oh, I saw, and I'm like, am I doing something wrong when I set my makeup?
You have to drown yourself in a bottle of water. So Stacy brings up the blonde that Tom was dating. Stacy is not on her side. Stacy is constantly giving digs at her, and I know why they fist fought and the cops had to be called.
Yeah, because they don't like each other, and I feel sad.
Yeah, they don't. No, Stacy's like,
because Darcy needs a sister.
yes. Stacy's like, do you think he's still cheating on you with that really, really hot blonde girl that's hotter than you that
Right.
Tom was cheating on you with? Just like Jesse cheated on you, just like everyone's ever cheated on you ever in this whole world.
And you're gonna die alone?
Right? Do you think that he's still with her?
Mm-hmm. Do you think your kids hate you? Right.
Exactly. So now she says that Tom tried to reach out again. And then he had a friend try to bridge the conversation by texting her again. And then when she didn't respond to the friend, Tom's mom messaged her.
That is crazy to me.
I know. I wish that we saw more of the messages, like more of the proof, so that we could embarrass Tom.
No, for sure, because that's what bothers me. Tom talks all this shit about Darcy, but yet he's like in her Kool-Aid.
Seriously. So now they're cruising around in the Ultima with hair that looks like if Barbie had been dipped in acid.
I do love Darcy's jacket though. The black with the
very
fur.
cute.
It
Yes.
was so cute.
So now they go to get their nails done, and this is Darcy's quote. Stacy's probably going to get married.
Well, that's how, because I'm sure Stacey probably says it all the time. She rubs it in Darcy's face.
So now they're at the nail place, and she's like, I just want like glamorous nails. I just want like, and she's like, yeah, like wedding nails. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead. You can just like, what did she say?
What, basically like you could go get married?
No, she was like, that's right. Put it into the universe.
Oh, that's right. Put it into the universe. But listen, they're just so passive aggressive with each other. Kind of with me. Sometimes it's a little
she said,
in one ear, out the other.
That's
very
what she said.
tit for tat.
She said, manifest it. Go ahead, baby.
Yes, manifest it. Yes.
So now Florian's K1 visa is coming soon, and Darcy has gone through a lot.
I thought they were broken up. I thought Stacey and Florian were broken up. That's what I had heard.
Maybe they are now, but maybe not at the time of the filming.
Okay.
I'm not sure. So Darcy's gone through a lot. I don't know if you knew, but for everyone who hasn't known, Darcy had a boyfriend before Tom. His name was Jesse.
Right.
And he didn't treat her very well, in case you guys didn't know about that.
Well, that's the thing. I never heard about Jesse, so it's nice to hear a backstory.
We're probably going to do a few episodes just like catching up about Jesse. It's sponsored by Jesse.
Okay. Who's he's in a hotel right now, even though he has apartments all over the world.
He has a hotel with the Statue of Liberty wallpaper in it. And she said that she's going to be more cautious in the future.
Here's the thing. I think that she's a very nice person. I think that she would do anything for someone that she loves. Mm-hmm. I think she has a lot to offer, but I think she's so obsessed with being loved that she just forces it.
I also think that maybe she might have an alcohol problem.
Okay, I think it's a little more than maybe. I wonder if Stacey drinks that amount.
I don't think so. I don't think.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Because remember, when they were out drinking all the time, Stacey seemed fine.
Yeah, I just feel like Stacey isn't as manic as her. I think Stacey is messed up too, but not on Darcy's
I mean, they're
level.
both not well.
Yeah.
We love them anyway. It's okay. Guys, make sure you're following us, 90 Day Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. And make sure you come into our group and talk to us. We love talking about the episodes. We love talking to our listeners. Guys, make sure you're coming in to discuss on Facebook at 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk Podcast. We have just such a great time, and we have magnets for sale. You can go to tracycarnazzo.com for all of the merch that we have for sale. My other podcast, Only in New York, our other podcast, Teen Mom Trash Talk, and make sure you're joining Patreon for all of our bonus content at patreon.com/Trash Talk Podcast. You could follow me, your host, on Instagram and Twitter at Trixie Tuzini. Noelle, where can we find you?
You can find me at Noe Girl on Twitter or Noe_Bear810 on Instagram.
Awesome. Thank you. And guys, remember, please speak up, make a difference, because silence is not great.
No, silence is very, very bad.
You know what silence is?
What?
Violence.
Ooh, good one, Tracy.
Thank you. Okay.
You're absolutely right. Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.